And this ain't gonna get no intro, dog. This just another week of disappointment. Another week of up and down, inconsistent ass play. And we did not take home the W today. This looked like a few weeks ago when we were in Philly. You might as well just say that we had much more burgundy jerseys there. Because we did not defensively, we still looked at trash as we did when we played in Philly. It was no adjustments. The thing about this, Sam Howell stayed clean throughout the first three quarters, and he finally got sacked towards the fourth quarter. And I was hoping he can go a game without getting sacked. He looked good throughout the whole game, except for a few mishaps and a few under and overthrows. But Terry had some balls, pause, that were very catchable. Like, I don't even know where to start. Like, I'm all over the place. I'm disoriented. So we don't come home with the W. We lose at home, which was like pretty much another away game. I want to say this before I even get into like the Terry and everything else thing. To the Washington Commanders marketing team, please stop putting up that we have sold out games. Like, please stop insulting your customer base, your actual fans who tune in to every podcast, that tune into everything on social media, that we're selling out a game that's going to be dominated by burgundy and gold colors in those stands, when we know damn well there's going to be nothing but the opposing team's colors. Like, that's why I didn't even entertain or even share that shit on social media, because I already knew it was going to be a lot of Eagles fans there, because there's a lot of Eagles fans in the area. There's a lot of transplants from Philadelphia and Pennsylvania and from other parts of Maryland, probably close to Philly and Delaware and all that stuff, that come here. And just in general, people from DC, Maryland, and Virginia who grew up rooting for the Eagles. I have people in my family who Eagles fans. I don't know why. I know when it came about, maybe around the McNabb era, but that's besides the point. The point is this: stop putting up that shit that we selling out games. I don't care. Neither should the team care. And then even when the marketing was put out on it, it was put out like after we got bussed by like the Bears. Who cares? We don't play good at these sold out games. And Josh Harris is going to make a decision probably this week, if not this week, in the next few weeks. It's going to shake everything up. And I just really think I'm just tired of this experiment with Ron Rivera not understanding, not being aware of simple things that I knew was going to come back to bite us. And y'all already know what I'm about to get into. I'm about to get into him not throwing that flag, that red flag. That ball was not caught. Everybody know it wasn't. Should the referees, the officiating, reviewed it? We knew that wasn't going to happen. You know how the NFL is. They're going to hurry up and get to the line and snap it. And Ron Rivera's talking about something. They didn't give him a chance. That's bullshit, bro. I was screaming, throw the damn flag for like 20 seconds. Throw the flag. That right there could have changed the whole trajectory and cut their momentum off right there. And then they wouldn't even had the type of momentum to come back, which they came back and got another phantom call. I think they fumbled the ball on that drop, so it was like a ball don't lie. But we got the ball back and didn't really have much room to work with. EB is just so pass happy, and his concepts are like easy to throw off. I think Sam, he's still going through learning really how to like throw in passing lanes and stuff, and a lot of the defenders are starting to understand. So the good thing we did see coming out the gate, which I've been screaming, if you follow my videos, you follow me on social media, roll the ball out the pocket, move the pocket, hurry up and get quick passes, because Sam Howell, that is his game. Coach called plays toward the strength of his game, the quarterback's game, and the offense was trying to establish a run game early, short and sweet. B-Rob only finishes with 10 carries for 59 yards. That's 5.9 yards per carry. It's about 6 yards per carry if you want to round it off. And bro, like, why can't B-Rob get about 17 to 20 carries a game, bro? Like, we could have controlled the clock a little bit more in this game, controlled the tempo a little bit more in this game. I know the Eagles were probably going to cut down on the run, but still, you have to work with your bread and butter. You have to work with your bread and butter. Sam Howell just about like 2 yards short of 400. I rather would have had that win and he finished with 315. I honestly didn't even care. If he would have finished with 290, who cares? This is Sam Howell's second game with him finishing like on the cusp of 400, and it's not a good performance, and it happened at home. Jahan Dotson looked good today. It's like Jahan Dotson and Terry McLaurin, they switched places because Terry was dropping this. This was a very un-Terry game. Like Terry is usually clutch. He's usually clutch. Sorry about that. And now I'm starting to see what a lot of people in our fan base, shout out to Rio Robson, what he's saying about him being a body catcher and him not being able to catch with his hands. Because that right there should have been caught. And like, he caught the first touchdown he caught. He did put his hands out there and reach for the ball. But that right there, you could tell Terry is not a natural hands catcher. And he had an issue with that before he was recruited to Ohio State. It's something he could have worked on. You don't really see, I've never seen Terry go for like a one-handed catch like an A.J. Brown. Like you won't see that. You could throw to an A.J. Brown and it might not be, it might be put in a spot where he can get it because he knows how to reach back. I haven't never seen Terry do that. But this game was a winnable game. We had it just like we had it a few weeks ago. We went into halftime 17-10. And if we would have threw that red flag, we could have probably been up like 21-10. We could have been marching downfield and scored again. And then it would have changed more of how we would have went into that second half. Because I had tweeted Sam Howell was 24 of 26, 227, 2 touchdowns at the half. The defense got to play stronger. The defense was some shit. The defense was booty juice. Was booty do. Do the booty do. That shit was trash. It was boo-boo. And I already like seen, I was like, bro, this team got to play defense because for some reason in our fan base, it's just, oh, Taylor Heinicke would have won the game and all this and that. Taylor Heinicke had I haven't seen a Washington quarterback put up a performance like this since Kirk Cousins. I'm not sure what Kirk Cousins' passing career high is or this team record is, which I'll look up after this game and I'll get that to you in a later video. But Sam was balling today. Like when he had time to throw, he was looking good. He has a few mishaps. You could still see like he is going through the developmental process, but he's looking good when he has time. It was the play on the interception that kind of threw me off, and it was like he could have just went underneath to Jahan. Jahan would have had 10 catches, probably for 120, even though the stats don't really matter. It's just you got to go with the smarter read, and the smarter read was to go underneath. And I kind of wish EB would get to him and emphasize him, stop trying to go for like the home runs because it's kind of like, it's like a Carson Wentz thing. Carson Wentz likes to go for the big play instead of just being like what my man Baynute, what my man Tay said. You just got to go pound for pound. You know what I'm saying? You got to take what the box get you, take what the defense gets you. Go underneath, try to get like the catch and get a few more yards after the catch from Jahan. Then live to the next play and sit that third down. That third down could have been 3rd and 7. It could have been easier for you to go into if you want to go for a full 4th down. The defense was terrible today. Sam Howell on that play when we went for it on the 4th down, I was happy we went for it, and I understood it. I know the probability of possibly not converting, but that wasn't even a good call. I don't understand that concept. I felt like we could have tried something much more creative than that. And like Terry was all out of sync. Terry has not been the same Terry we've seen over the years. Now people on Twitter saying let's just trade Terry, man. Let's just see what we got to see where we're going into the future. Jahan Dotson has the heat off him for a week because he did come out looking good. He looked real good. Wish Brian Robinson got the ball more. Wish we could see Cole Turner, but that's besides the point. Why in the hell, Jack Del Rio, would you ever think to put Emmanuel Forbes ever in the same situation he was just in weeks ago, where he's still mentally struck and he's still grieving over the abuse that A.J. Brown gave him? And you was bold enough to try to put this man in the same position. St. Juice was getting his ass kicked too. St. Juice, you was getting your ass kicked too, Slim. You was like, I don't really know, but I was more in favor of the St. Juice on Brown matchup, but Brown was kind of like beating him on routes too. But that play where they threw it downfield, and it's like, oh my God, look at all that space AJ Brown had. Forbes is just not ready, man. We made the wrong pick. We should have went with Gonzalez. I know some of y'all are going to say, well, Gonzalez is hurt. It's no telling if Gonzalez would have shared that same fate if he was here in Washington. We don't know. But Forbes didn't look good, and This was not the game you wanted to stick him on the number one. He's not ready. Keep him on Smith or keep him in the slot against some. Keep him working against somebody in the slot. That's what I would have did. Fuller got cooked too. It was all out there. Like, it was just a bunch of just bad, just defense all around. And Jack Del Rio, where is Jabril Cox? Like, I seen Hudson out there. Why don't we like force the issue of trying to dial up blitzes from the second and third level of the defense? We don't never see blitzes come in creatively. You just want to rush the four. You want to drop back these guys that always get beat anyway. Won't you just chance it and at least try to dial up and draw up a blitz or something? But who even cares? Your key fob might not even work tomorrow. Neither may Ron Rivera's. Maybe they'll keep EB around for the fact of how good the offense look moving forward, and the fact that this might be actually his chance to get an interim job to become the full-time head coach, because this will be his opportunity to see moving forward. I really don't want to hear anything Ron Rivera has to say in the press conference. The game was just draining. It's just depressing. Being a fan, knowing that you got this team everybody sees as elite, which I don't see as elite. Y'all can say I sound crazy because they're 7-1. They're barely beating teams week to week. The Zebras is really like, it's like, I don't even want to sound like this fan. It's like we're playing against like three people. We're playing against us, the Zebras, and the team that's playing on the field, and they got their crowd with us. So it's like we're playing against a lot of people psychologically, physically, and mentally. And it all takes a toll. It all takes a toll on you. But the Zebras were terrible in this game. It was called one-sided. It was lopsided. And you must be Kenshi from Mortal Kombat or Ray Charles or something. You got your blinders on the U-bias. You didn't see how one-sided that game was called. And it did also change the trajectory of the games. But I didn't want to even emphasize that or even go on that, because it was still lack of adjustments defensively. And it was some things offensively I didn't like, because I like running the ball. I like keeping the balance of that. Because a defense already knows, like, eventually we gonna catch him. We gonna jump on one of his passes. And Terry was just out of sync. He wasn't in sync. He finished with like 5 catches for 63 yards. He dropped 2 big passes. 2 big passes. We finally got a receiver over 100 yards with Jahan Dotson. Who would have seen that coming? I thought Terry would have had a big game. He plays well against the Eagles. He always has a good game against the Eagles, usually over about 70, 80 yards when he plays. And we got a tough schedule coming up, man. So there's no telling what it's going to look like, who's going to be here, who's going to be on the trading block this week, man. It was like, man, if you attach to a player, man, just say your goodbyes and your sincerities now, because a lot of this roster will not be assembled next year. I already see what's about to happen. You're about to evaluate the team the rest of this year. Chase and Tez wasn't really getting that much. They was getting some pressure, but I don't know. The Eagles got away with some hoes too, but I don't even want to get into all of that, because there's still a lot that went into this that was just so draining that it took me a minute just to even put this video together. But I don't even want to dwell too much long on it, man. Just make sure you like, comment, share, and subscribe. Till next time, hail to the Washington Commanders.